All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my first live stream, so I'm so excited to have you. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Rebekah, and I'm a graphic designer, and I save churches hours of time by creating professionally designed Canva templates. And over the past year, I've created over 500 Canva templates specifically for churches. So if that is something that your church is needing, you can find those in the description below. So it's going to be things like announcement slides, social media, booklets, bulletins, banners, ID badges, basically everything that a church needs for digital and print items. And one thing that I also wanted to say was that churches can get Canva Pro for their church for free. So nonprofits can get the if you sign up and you just have to like apply. I can put that link in the description as well for you guys. So yeah, let's get into the video. Today I'm going to be answering a few questions that you guys sent me, and the first one is from Beverly, and she wanted, let me share my screen too. Let's see. Okay. Also, let me check in the chat and see if there's any comments. Okay. Okay, so Beverly, she wanted to know how to resize photos. So that's a great question. And just so you guys know, this is the template that she was working on. This is a booklet that you can use for your church for, let's see, if you're doing an anniversary, that's one of the things that people use it for. Some other people use it for like a church prospectus, and then an update, like a newsletter, just kind of covering the whole year, what your church has done. So I believe she had problems with, let's just go to, let's just start at the first page. Okay, so she was having problems resizing photos. And so let's kind of walk you through how to do that, how to upload a photo from your desktop. So if you go into Canva, then you're going to go to Uploads. Then you're going to go here to Upload Files. Okay, and then let's say this is a, oh, I guess you can't see that. Okay, I'm just going to upload a file here. Okay, and then after this uploads, I'm just going to drag it over here like that. And then it just replaces it. Now, if you want to resize it, if you double click, then you can like move it around. And then you have these anchor points right here. Let me see if I can zoom in here. You have these anchor points, and then you can just like stretch them out to resize that. If you want to see like the whole photo, then you can go to this this little anchor point right here, and then you can drag it out. But that's, you know, covering the text right here, so that is why I had it the way it is right here. Okay. So one of the other questions that she had was that Canva Pro, I think she was on the free version of Canva, and so one of the things that she was having a problem with was like when she was trying to download it, if you go to share and then you go to download, then it might say, hey, like you can't download this because you have the Pro elements. So for example, this is a pro element, but this is like the logo. I just have the logo, and the transparency is set to like 6 right here. So in this case, all you have to do is click on it and delete it. So let's do that really fast, like that. Okay, and then these might be elements that you can, that might be pro. But the way to check that, if you deleted everything that was pro, for example, like the logo, then if you're working from a free account, then you would go to share, download, and then it would say that you can download it. So the biggest thing I can recommend to you guys there is just applying for the Canva for Nonprofits program. I've had some people be accepted in, I want to say, just like 2 or 3 days. So they work pretty fast in my experience, and with the people that I've worked with. Like that's what they've told me. So definitely recommend getting the pro account. And for this, let me show you how I did this, because sometimes people might get a little confused at how you would put the like the photo on top of the text here. So let's walk through that. What I did here, let me just duplicate the page. Oh, and before I move on, that was another question. Oh, I have comments. Cool. Hello. Hi from Florida. Hello. Is it how's the weather over there? It is it snowed. I'm in Virginia, and it snowed here on Friday. So we had a snow day. And my 2-year-old, he was loving every bit of it. He was just playing outside. It was so cute. What are some of your favorite aspects of working with Canva? I would say that, let me think about this. Favorite aspects. I guess comparing Canva with like Adobe Pro, or Adobe like InDesign or Adobe Illustrator. Those are very technical, and there's quite a few tools that you would have to learn how to use. And with Canva, there are just like, let me show you. Canva has really cool things. Okay, so like the elements right here, if you just want a graphic. So for instance, like a check mark or something, then you can just like, you don't have to design it yourself. Like you have all of these like photos and graphics and templates. Templates is, a huge thing. That's what I do for churches, is I create these templates so that it can be really easy for you guys to go ahead and change like the text or the color, and you don't have to be a designer to understand Canva. I feel like it's very intuitive. So I feel like templates is a huge thing. And then like all the different elements that you have access to. So yeah, I think that's really cool. And I'm looking on the on the chat right now. Okay, yeah, okay. So Florida is it's getting rainy and cold. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely getting chilly outside. So, but I think it's supposed to snow pretty soon. I think we're having a snow day this week, so that's really exciting, especially for my 2 boys. Okay, so let's go. Oh, okay. Somebody said, do you recommend specific fonts for professional and classy look? Okay. Specific fonts for professional and classy look. I do have fonts that I like. And so when you are using the templates, you can see what fonts I use. So let me show you how to do that. So here, right here, this is Leek Spartan right here. That's Montserrat. Excuse me. So whenever you have, whenever you want to know like what font I use, then you can just go into the template, and then you can click on the text, and then it shows you exactly what font is used. So I guess that's a quick way to know what kind of fonts I like. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you how I put this text kind of like underneath here. Let me show you, like underneath the photo right here. Okay, so let me delete that. And then let me search for, let's type in like dad and son. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about. Like Canva, they just have so much, so many awesome graphics and photos and videos all right here. See, like all these graphics that you can use. If it has the crown badge, that does mean that it's Canva Pro. But like I said, if you get the Canva Pro for your church with like Canva through nonprofits, then it's free. So hopefully you guys get that, because that is such a cool resource. Oh, let's see. Okay, dad and son. And then I'm going to look through some of these photos. Let's see. Let's try this one. So I'm going to drag it, and then I'm just going to drop it over the existing photo. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to hold down the Alt key, and then I'm going to drag. So what that did was it duplicated it. That duplicated the photo. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so I have the photo that's in front selected. And then I'm going to go up here to the background remover. Okay. And then I'm going to put it directly on top of the first photo. Okay. So that's what we have so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this part up like that. Okay. Then I'm going to right click on the photo. I'm going to go to layer. Wait, that's not selected. Okay. Okay, so I think I selected I had the text selected, but I need the photo selected. Okay, so I have the photo selected. I'm going to right click, then go to layer, bring to front, like this. Okay, so that is how you are able to put the photo on top of the text like that. A lot of, I feel like a lot of like magazine type things do that, or like posters, stuff like that. It's just a really cool way to kind of get more of a, I don't know, like a dynamic, more of a dynamic design. So I think it's really cool. And then let's say that you wanted to kind of like see the text a little bit more. So let's go ahead, and I have the photo selected, and then this part of the photo selected. Okay, and then I'm going to just drag it down like that. And I do have some white, so I would I'm going to select the background, and then I'm going to go to this color wheel right here. Then I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to choose the eyedropper tool. And then I'm going to go over to my design. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I don't know why you guys can't see that, but when you select this eyedropper tool, then you can choose whatever color that you want, and then it will, that's so weird. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but yeah, just select this, use like the pick a color, and then you can pick like whatever color you want to in the photo, and then you can have the background changed to that. Alternatively, you can select this photo right here. Then you can go to edit. And this is probably what I would do in this case, because if you look really closely, you can kind of see like that harsh line. Let me show you. You can see where like the background is and the photo is. So I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do instead is select the photo, go to edit. I'm going to go to Magic Expand, then the whole page. And then I'll click on Expand. And then it's going to generate different options for me to choose from. All right, let's see what it did. Okay, cool. So it uses AI to expand the photos for you. So now it kind of just looks a little bit more seamless. You can try it. You can, like, if that's not what you want, then you can try again. Or another thing that you could do is go to Edit, then Magic Eraser. And then let's say that I don't really like this line right here. I can just drag down and say Erase. Okay, so that made it a little softer. Yeah, let's try to do that again. Okay, I think that looks good. And then I'm going to, not move his head. Let's see, I'm going to move the text up a little bit like that. Okay, so sometimes it can get a little confusing if you have like all of these layers going on. So what you can do is go to Position, and then in the side panel, you have your layers right here. So here I have, it's kind of like a sandwich. I have the background photo, then I have the text journey, and then I have the boy's hair. Okay, so that's how, and you can also move it like that. Okay, so that is how I did this. I created that effect like that. Okay, any questions? I'm looking at the chat again. Okay, let's delete that. Okay, what other things did you guys have? Oh, okay. Another question that Beverly had was how to add and delete pages. So to do that, or I'll also add that sometimes duplicating pages can be a good idea. So like what I just did right here, you have duplicate pages like this. So then maybe you want to change it like how we just did. And then you know, maybe you accidentally deleted like the bottom half or something. So then it would be really easy to just select all of that, hit Control C, and then, let's say if it was like that, then I'll select this page and then hit Control V. Okay. You may have covered this, but how did you make the layer of the hair? Okay, great question. So for that, here, let me do it really fast again. No, okay. I selected the photo, and then I hit Alt, and then I dragged it out like that. So now I have two photos, and then I'm going to put it on top of each other again. All right, and then I'm going to use the background remover. So right here. And then it's going to remove the background. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, go to layer, and bring it to front. Okay, great question. That, yeah, it can be a little tricky. And it looks like he's not quite lined up. So let's line him up. There we go. Okay. Great question. Okay, so I was talking about duplicating the pages. And right here, you're able to add a page, and then it'll just give you like a blank page right here. And then if you want, and then you can delete, you can duplicate. I don't really use hide pages. It's interesting. Yeah, and then you can move it down like that, or you can move it back up. So that is how you can add and delete things. Okay. Okay, Karen asked, do you have any special booklets or designs for Christmas and other holidays? I do. Yes, so right here. Okay, so I have, okay, so my website is in the works right now. So it's not quite live yet, but I have the graphics vault right here. I have individual templates. Right now I'm just, I can link everything down in the description. But yes, I have a candlelight. Let me see if I can show you guys that. Here's this one. Okay, so I have candlelight services. These are all announcement slides. And then, yeah, okay, announcement slides. And then I have, oh, here we go. I have invitations. So this is like all coordinated for a Christmas candlelight service. So we have like these, like I have mailers, and then I have these posters. These are 24 by 36. And also you can resize things like, that's another good thing to bring up, is that when you have a template in Canva, if you have Canva Pro, then you are able to resize something. So for example, let's say that I have, actually, let's do the booklet. So right now it's 8.5 by 11. So let's say that you wanted to have it like maybe let's see. I'm going to change it to inches. Let's just do 8 by 10. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is go to copy and resize. Okay, and then I'm going to open it. And now, okay, this is what's really cool. Now everything is resized to the new size. Okay, you do want to watch out for if some things like this, for example, like this, I need to bring out to the side like that. So you just kind of want to go through, make sure everything is looking the way that it needs to be. This needs to come out more like that. But yeah, the resize tool is so nice, especially if you're doing, let's say, like maybe something for social media and announcement slides and an invite and like a flyer. So you have like maybe a 4x4, and then you have like an 8.5 by 11, and then you have, like your announcement slide. So what you could do is resize, and then you're gonna have to like manipulate, some of the like the text in the photos, but it's so much faster and nicer to copy and resize rather than having to start from scratch. So really love that about Canva. Okay. Yes, so here, these are some of the things for Christmas that I created this year. Candlelight service. This is like an invite. Okay. And then the other thing that I made, this is just a different theme. It's like more traditional. So I have like the mailer, and then I have the announcement slides and the big poster. So what I'll do is I'll link all of that down below so you guys can access it. But yeah, that is what, it was so much fun to create. I love Christmas, and I love designing, and yeah, these were really, really fun. So, okay. Somebody said, is there a way to add animation to a design? Yes, great question. Okay, also let me check. Okay, we've been going for almost 30 minutes, so that's perfect. All right, let's go to a different template, and then I can show you how to add an animation. Let's go here. So one of the other things that I do is every month I make a whole. Maybe it would be easier to show you. Okay, in the monthly social drop, I make all of these templates specifically for social media. So let me just kind of show you what this includes. So there's like carousels. I have carousels. I have like just individual posts. This is what I made for a trunk or treat. This is like for a baptism. This is a summer recap. Yeah, so every month I aim for 10 carousels, and then usually I feel like I have around like 20 individual posts every month that comes out. So if you're interested in that, I'll also link that down below. This is one for January that I just did. So let's click on this. Okay, so when you have this selected, then you're going to go to animate, and then you're going to have all of these options. So we have, you know, I'll probably just like play around with it like that. Some of them are a little funky. So yeah, I would probably just like play around with it. And then you can just go to the next one. Okay, and then let's say that, let me show you how to actually like download it. So once you have your animation on, then you're going to go to download, but you need to make sure that the MP4 video is selected. Because if you have the PNG, which is the one that they suggest, then you're not going to get the animation. So just a note, make sure that you have MP4, and then you're going to select, you would, in this case, for the carousel for Instagram, you would select all pages, and then you hit done, and then download. Hold on. I was trying to think. Okay, usually I don't put animations on social media posts. You definitely can. I think something that might work better would be like an announcement slide, but same concept. You would just select and then go to animate right here. And you can also just animate like one thing, like it doesn't have to be the whole page. So for instance, like this one, I could just animate like that. Yep, and you just have all of these different effects, which some are pretty cool. Great question. Okay. I really like the Christmas designs. Thank you. Do you have any for a Christmas program or cantata? I do not right now, but I will definitely, here, I'm going to write that down. I'll make a note of that. Christmas program. That is really good. Okay. Okay, let's see what else. I love getting questions from you guys because sometimes I don't really know what you guys need help with. So, you know, I'm going to be doing more live streaming, and I really, I would really love your feedback on just like, you know, questions that you have in Canva or something that maybe you have one of the templates and you're just like stuck on something. Yeah, so I'm going to be live streaming regularly, and I really want this to be a time where I can help you guys answer your questions. You know, if you have any ideas, I love those too. So cool. Okay. Okay. It doesn't look like there's any other design related questions. So let's go back to, let's see if I had that open. Okay. So let's go back here. One thing that I wanted to mention that I think would save you guys a lot of time is that when you're editing this, you can change the color. So let's say that I want it to be, let's say that my church color is like this blue right here. Okay, so my head, okay, hold on. Okay, so right here, it says change all. So you're gonna wanna select that. So then all of these little elements right here. Oh, okay, I don't know why they didn't change. Let me try again. Go here, send change all. Okay, I'm not sure why it didn't work the first time, but when you use this change all feature, then you don't have to like you don't have to change the color to every single one, which is very, very nice and very helpful. So let's see what happens. Go change all. Okay, and then you can see that it changed this to the blue color. Make sure, yeah, I would just like go down in my document and make sure everything is changed. See if that happened. That was really quick. Yes, okay, so it looks like everything changed to the blue color instead of the orange color. You can also go to like this grid view right here, and then you can see that. If you want, okay, this is also really cool. If you go to, let's say that I wanted to change all the text to, let's go to, no, this one. Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna move my head. You go to change all. Okay, let's try again. Change all. Okay, and then it changed all of the text to this one. Yep. Okay. So I definitely suggest using those. They're called global styles. So if you have like your brand right here, so for instance, this is my brand. This is my color palette. I have my fonts right here. I have my photos that I use over and over again. So this is like really helpful when I'm first creating something, let's say like a social media post or maybe something for like my website or yeah, mostly like digital things. It's so helpful to already have my stuff just like right here in the brand. I think what I want to do actually is like make a whole video dedicated to how to do that, how to like add your church brand to Canva. I'm gonna write that down. Because I think that's like something you can definitely benefit from. It is a part of the Canva Pro. So again, if you're not on Canva Pro, please get on Canva Pro. Okay. Let's see what else. I feel like most of this is pretty similar. So let me kind of go through how to resize things, and let's see if there's anything else in the chat. Let's see. Okay. So right here, this is a really easy way to make something bigger or smaller, just like resizing very quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my mouse over all of that, and then I'm going to click on the, or I'm going to click and hold on this anchor point, and then I can like stretch it out like that, or I can make it smaller. And then if you want to resize the text boxes, all you have to do is grab right here. Here, let me make this bigger. Like that. Right now, it is, I believe I had it to justified, but you can have it to like right aligned. This is how you do it. This, the alignment tool right here. Okay, so same thing, you can go like that. You can change the font size right here. You can change the text. I would have this, I'd have this consistent. So if it's going to be all right aligned, I would do that for like the whole document. You can make that bigger or smaller if you want to. You can move this down like that. You can change this. And this is supposed to be for the logo, so I would definitely change this to your church logo. And then we have this that you can change out. And then this. Yeah, you can make it bigger or smaller, however you like. Okay. Let's do the contents page really fast. I have elements right here. So let's see. I'm going to do, let's look up worship. I'm going to go to elements and then search worship. Go to photos. Okay, so I highly suggest you using the photos from your church that you either take yourself with like your iPhone or your church photographer. And then I would upload them here. And once they're uploaded, then all you have to do is just drag them and then you can drop them like that. And I know we went over this again, but you're able to double click on this and then you can adjust it. You can stretch it out if you want to, like that. You can go like that. And that's how you edit the photo. Or that's how you resize it. If you wanted to like edit colors and stuff, then you can go to this edit tool. And then you have adjust. You can adjust the temperature, brightness, contrast, highlights. Whoa, it's going out. Yeah, I usually suggest not to go too extreme on any one thing. Just because like, then they tend to look overly edited, which isn't very like ideal. So yeah, I would stick to something, I don't know, maybe like maybe a photo like that. I think that's really nice. Something like natural and yeah, so that's how I would just like add photos like that. Oh, okay. Something that might be helpful when you're editing this page is that when you have something that has a lot of different like little pieces, let's say that maybe you accidentally, I don't know, just like kind of moved everything over a little bit. Like, so now they're not like in this nice line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mouse and then I'm going to like go over and highlight all of this. Okay, and then I'm going to go to position. And then I'm going to go to left. Like that. Cool. Okay, now everything is perfectly aligned. To, what was that? The left? Yep. Okay. So let's go down. Here is the program. Here is the menu if you're maybe doing like an anniversary dinner or something. Then you can just like have this text like that, and then you can edit the text. Okay, any other questions? Let's see. How do you create the 3 lines to make the columns? Good question. The 3 lines. Oh, I think you're meaning... Oh, good question. Okay, I think you're meaning like this. Okay. Disney Girl. That is a really cool name. I love that. My son loves Mickey Mouse right now. He has this like really cute jacket that we just got him, and okay, so like it's black, and then like it has like a red Mickey Mouse on it, and then the hood has like little ears, and he's so stinking cute. Okay, to make this line, you're gonna go to Elements, and then you're gonna type in line, and then I'm just gonna drag this one over like that, and then once you have it right here, you can change the color. So let's say that you wanted like blue. Then you can also change the weight. So if you want it like really thick, I have them thin right now. And then if you want to adjust it, yes. Yes. I just love Canva. It is so cool. Then you're going to go like that. Here, that may have been too fast. Okay, so right here, so when I have this line selected, then you have the, I guess it's like 2 little arrows. And so you're just going to take your mouse, and then it's going to go to 90 like that. And then if I wanted to make it shorter, I'm going to take the, I'm going to hold down this anchor point, and then I'm just going to lift it up like that. And then, okay, so sometimes if you see right here, it's kind of like going off, but if you hold shift, then it should kind of like snap into like the either 90 or 0. So that's another tip. If you hold down the shift key while you're doing that, then it makes it really easy to just like drag it down. Okay, and then if you want, here, let me copy this really fast. Let's say that I wanted like 6 lines. So I have this selected, and then I would hold down the Alt key, and then I would just drag it over like that. Okay. I mean, I don't know why you would want all the, this might be helpful like later if you're maybe creating like a calendar or something. Okay, so now I have like the 6 lines. Then I would select them all, and then you're going to go to position right here. And then you can do tidy up. That usually works very well. So now they're all evenly centered. Like that. You also, let's see, if you want something all in the center, I usually don't use that one, but this is how you align elements, space evenly. That's also right here. So those are really helpful. And then you can like, if you want to just kind of like select them all, then you can drag it out like that. Like that. This is also really helpful in photos too. Let me show you that. Because if you're working at a church, then you're probably going to have a lot of photos. So let's see. Let's do worship again. And if we have got this photo, and this one, actually, here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do Alt. So I'm going to duplicate this over and over again. And now I'm going to select all of them. And then I'm going to hold down this anchor point right here. And then I'm going to just drag it out like that. And then you can kind of go like that if you want to. And then now that they're all the same size, then you can just drag and drop. Maybe you want, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe something like that. And then, so now you have all of these that are like the same size. So yeah, if you want, I think the Alt, having the Alt and then just like dragging, Alt drag, Alt drag, Alt drag. Okay, now you see like I have this little white space right here. So I'm going to select all of them and then I'm just going to pull down like that. And then, you know, you can just fill it. You can drag and drop the photos. Okay. I actually did that with the Next Steps booklet, kind of like as the background right here. So what I did, exact same thing, and then I put an overlay on it. So I made all of these like black and white, and then I think I just did like square. Oops. Square. Oh. Okay. Yeah, something like that. And then you can change the color, like that, and then you just change the opacity, like so. So that's how I did it. It was like, you know, pretty simple. So if you wanted to recreate something like that, just for maybe like a background, I highly recommend. I think it looks really nice like that. Okay. Okay, any other questions? I'm probably going to be on just for a few more minutes. But this has been so cool, just seeing you guys in the comments and just interacting with you. Okay, Rachel wanted to know, are there certain colors that would be good to use? Yes, I would say definitely your brand colors. So like for the backgrounds and things. Okay, yeah, so my recommendation for churches would first be to have like use your brand colors. Let's see. Are there certain? Yeah. So if we go back, so something like this, what you could do is you could just, okay, let's say that your brand color was, oh, that's very bright. Yeah, I don't think I would do that. Hold on. Maybe I would do, okay, so like, let's actually say that, you know, you did have this color blue. Maybe I would change it. Oh, hold on. I would probably change it to maybe like this, or no, hold on. Maybe like that. I feel like that looks a little bit better. I think the contrast, like you need to make sure that you have enough contrast, because, you know, if we just had that, like, that's not great for, like, to read. I can barely read the next steps. So I would say probably try to go dark. You know, you can play around with the transparency or opacity. I think another thing that I would mention, I feel like this, no, I don't like that. I would go with your brand stuff. So like your fonts, your colors, it's very important to be cohesive across everything. So let's say that you have Anton. I think that looks good. But again, like, making sure that you go with your brand will probably be my like the biggest recommendation that I have for you guys. And then I really like overlays like this. Like, let me show you something else. Okay, so here's here's a way that you can incorporate maybe more of like a texture type thing. Like if you have a photo, maybe it's of your church, and then you put it here, and then you put like an overlay on it. That's a really good way to incorporate your colors. Yeah, it's a really good question. Yeah, I would say just like having contrast, having like readability, making sure that, you know, if you have a dark background, that you have like lighter text, and if you have maybe black text, then going with a light background. I think something like you don't want to do that. You can't read very well, so yeah, I would just make sure that, especially, you know, people that have problems reading, it's like it may like this, like maybe even this might be a little bit too difficult to read for some people. So I would say, like, make sure that you have enough contrast. I think I said that like 5 times. But yes, it's very important. Okay. This template is also available. This is a next steps booklet. I actually did a video on this. It wasn't live streamed. Okay, the reason why I'm doing live streams is because I want to be authentic as possible. And I really like the ability to chat with you guys in real time and answer your questions. So that's why I'm going to do live streams a lot more. It's also a lot better for my video editor, I think. So yes, I'm so excited to be with you guys. Okay, how do I resize my design without stretching the elements? Okay, that's such an interesting question, because Canva actually, okay, so I assume you know about like maybe like Adobe InDesign or Illustrator, and you're absolutely correct. Like sometimes if you had an element like this, like your logo, for example, then if you just like resized it, then it would get like warped or something. Okay, so the awesome thing about Canva is that you don't have to worry about that. So it remains the same if you, like, however you resize it, it does not stretch it. So great question. And yeah, I just, Canva is just so wonderful. Yeah, I went to college for graphic design, and is like I got my bachelor's in visual art graphic design, and that was the one thing that they like drilled into us, is like, don't like, make sure that you're not stretching your logo, stretching photos, stretching your text. So that's something that you don't have to worry about. Canva was made by designers for people that are not designers. So I feel like it's so nice to have something like this, and that you can just be able to have professional looking designs without having to learn, like Adobe, like the Adobe suite. Because I remember when I was learning like InDesign, for example, I think it was like a whole year. I think it was like freshman year, it was all just InDesign. I mean, I had other classes too, but yeah, it was a lot. There's so many different tools and everything. There's a lot in Canva as well. But I think with templates, it's so nice to have templates, and then you're just able to change stuff out. Like you just change your text, and changing your like the colors and everything. So okay, I think I don't see any other questions. So thank you so much for joining me in this first live stream. And once this live stream ends, then it's going to be up in YouTube. So I'll be answering every single comment that you guys have. And so yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.